Ooh, that is like silky smooth goodness right there.
No longer too hot to handle like you.
This is like comical how much onion we're putting in here. Be still, my heart. I might cry.
This segment is called Story Time with Mr. B.
Hello sweet friends and welcome back to my kitchen. So today's video I'm gonna have two really delicious soup recipes to share with y'all. We actually have a little bit of a cold front here this week. And when I say cold front to y'all, most of y'all, you're probably like, that is not cold, but it's been in the 70s here. And then this week, the high is gonna be like 55 to 60 for the next couple of days. So it's a little chillier here than it has been. And I saw both of these recipes and I was like, I have to try them. I'm so excited. So the first one we're gonna make tonight is a roasted garlic white chicken lasagna soup. Does that not sound insanely delicious? I'm so pumped. So the first thing I need to do is go ahead and get this garlic roasting. If you want to skip this step and like save some time, although it will be a little bit more expensive to do it this way, I'm sure you can probably find some roasted garlic like in your deli. But I'm just gonna throw mine in the oven, wrap it in some tin foil, put a little bit of oil on there, and then it should be ready to go in like 30-45 minutes. Okay, look who's in the kitchen, Mr. Funky, and got his hair. Well, yes, but he got his hair cut, looking so good.
Yeah, thank you.
So dapper. Okay, y'all. So I already took this garlic out of the oven. I roasted it at 400. I don't think I told you that. So we're gonna take this out, squeeze out all that garlic, and will you give me the Alfredo, baby? We are going to blend it with whatever Alfredo sauce you want. If you want to go through the time and effort to make your own homemade, which I highly considered.
That's the cheat code right there.
But this is the cheat code.
Yeah.
So whichever one you love, but get a good one. We're gonna pour that here into our little mixer and our roasted garlic and blend that till it's nice and smooth. Now I did let this cool down just a little bit, so hopefully it will not burn your fingers off.
Yeah, no longer too hot to handle like you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Look at Funky with his jokes.
Get me going. Okay.
How's it look?
Beautiful.
Oh, it does look so good.
Nice little brownage on there.
Let me see. Oh, that is good. That's good stuff right there.
Oh, hold on. You know I gotta do it.
You gotta smell it. Our whole house smells like that.
Holy smokes. I could just like...
Okay, listen.
I could just eat this straight up.
We have this one.
Yeah.
I am contemplating doing this tomorrow and then making like some bread.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
I wish you had. Is it coming out?
Yes. This is the joy. How satisfying. Oh my gosh. I'm drooling.
I may or may not lick my fingers after this. I'll wash them after the fact, okay?
I'm telling y'all, I think it is so satisfying to see roasted garlic come out.
May or may not have got a little paper in there, but
we'll live. I feel like there's a little bit more in here that I could get out, so I'm gonna pour a tiny bit of half and half in here to try and get out the remainder of what's in there. Oh yeah, that was worth it.
That was genius. That was genius.
That was worth it.
You know what else I'm holding in my hand?
What?
The grease jar.
The new grease jar.
Yep.
Oh, I'm excited for you.
All of y'all can rest easy now knowing that I got a grease jar.
I still don't understand why we had this thing in our pot. You are so crazy. Okay. Now, like I said, we're just going to blend this until it is nice and smooth. I think we're golden.
I mean, even if we get just a littlest chunk in there.
You're not mad?
No. I'll be happy about it.
Okay, now, to our pot. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in here. We're gonna get it turned on to like medium heat. Little drizzle of oil. Now, for my chicken, I went ahead and cut this up into like 1-inch little pieces. You do not want to put your whole chicken in here because we're gonna actually saute it and cook this all the way through. So it's gonna take like, hopefully only about 5 or 6 minutes since we have it diced up so small. Now the recipe does say to generously salt our chicken with some salt and pepper, but I'm gonna go a step above that because I am obsessed. Come with me, come with me. I'm obsessed.
With the spice cabinet?
Well, that too.
Oh, yeah.
But this garlic and herb with sea salt and lemon on chicken is the absolute best.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm gonna put a little bit of that in there to season our chicken.
Wonderful, babe.
Okay, now we're just gonna cook this for like 5 to 6 minutes until that chicken is cooked all the way through. Okay, so once your chicken is finished cooking, you're just gonna take it out, sit it on a plate, and kind of set it aside. And then next we're gonna add a little bit more oil and then put our mushrooms in there. You see all those brown bits? That goodness is what you want going into your soup. And I did just go ahead and slice up our mushrooms kind of thin. And we're just gonna saute these for about 5 to 6 minutes as well. Bunky's gonna put a little splash of white wine here to deglaze.
See if it works.
Stand back. Oh, yes. That's the goodness right there.
They call it the fond.
Woo, that's good. You gotta turn this heat down.
The mushrooms are gonna like that anyway.
They're gonna love it. We're just giving them more flavor.
They're a fan.
Yes.
We're gonna go with we're gonna go with the dump method on this.
Okay. Mushrooms are sauteed. I don't even like mushrooms and they look really good. So you're just gonna take these out and put them on the same plate as your chicken. Okay, last but not least, we're gonna add a little bit of butter to this and then onion. Now y'all know how I feel about onion, so I'm only putting in a tiny bit for like, this is like comical how much onion we're putting in here.
I'm being shorted on my onion here.
It's just for flavor for Buck, like okay?
A smile.
I cannot, I am dead. You stop. Bunky, your mustache is gonna smell like onions. I cannot kiss you now.
It's gonna smell like onions regardless.
No.
I hate this food.
No, I cannot kiss you now. Hang on, we gotta put some butter in there. Okay, butter going in. And Bunky's onion. We're just gonna saute this, let it kind of sweat out. Then we'll start building our soup and add our flour, chicken stock, and all that.
Isn't there just something so beautiful about butter melting?
Oh yes.
Look at how,
So silky.
look at how awesome that looks.
Just luscious and silky.
Luscious.
I just keep scraping the bottom of this, getting all that goodness.
The fond.
Why do you keep calling it that, silly goose?
That's what it's called.
Oh. I am dead at how many onions I put in here.
The onion to butter ratio is like way off. This is gonna be like onion flavored browned butter.
This is making me laugh so hard. And also, I left them in big chunks. Just so I could fish them out, but you of course dice them up and add in all the onion that you desire. Okay, we have our water boiling back here. So to the water, we're gonna add in lasagna noodles. I'm going to like break these up. So basically we'll get like, I would say 3 or 4 little pieces out of each noodle. And the recipe does say to cook them separately instead of cooking them in the soup. And it also says to store them separately if you have like leftovers and you're gonna eat it the next day. I'm not exactly sure why, but since it says that, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, I think it's because the like if you leave the noodle in the soup, it would just kind of get so soft.
Soggy?
Like it would look like really, really soft.
Yeah. So I'm just cooking them separately and then we'll add them like on top of our soup bowl once it's all done. It's gonna be so good. Okay, so our onions are looking good. We did put just a tiny bit more white wine. The recipe does not call for that, but just to kind of deglaze our pot. And now I'm gonna go ahead and start sprinkling in our flour and then whisk this and let it cook down for about a minute or two.
Look at that.
All right. Now,
I'd like to thank the person who told me. I want to share this technique with people just in case they don't know. You see? You see? If you try and dump this with the bottom part down, you get the blub, 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 blub.
Yes, please do it again.
But if you do it with this on the top, it creates a nice air pocket or what have you that makes a nice even pour.
Who told you this?
Somebody a long time ago, whenever I was pouring that.
I don't think I even knew that you could do this.
Oh well, I learned.
We all learned something new today.
It was somebody told me when we were making that tomato soup from Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
They saw me struggling with it.
Genius.
They helped us out. So thank you.
Shout out to the person who told us that. Okay, now to our chicken broth that we got in here. We're gonna add our half and half.
I'm just kind of cleaning the sides off here as we go.
You go ahead. And if you don't have half and half, you can also just use whole milk. Okay, now to that, we're gonna add our Alfredo roasted garlic into it. Ooh, that is like silky smooth goodness right there.
This just went to an extraordinary new level.
Yes. Okay, give that a good stir, and then I'm going to tell you what we're going to season this with. Okay, so to season our soup, it calls for salt, and I'm going to use Auntie No-No's instead of salt, just to kind of give it a little bit of extra flavor, and then garlic powder, a little pinch of nutmeg, crushed red pepper flakes, and then Italian seasoning. So once your seasonings are in there, just kind of crank that heat up just a little bit and bring this almost to a boil. And then once it barely boils, we're going to turn the heat back down and let it simmer for 10 minutes. Daisy May, is it time for your dinner too? Are you a hungry girl? Dad, she's looking at you like, please feed me.
I got you coming shortly, babe.
Dad is going to feed you, girlfriend. You're such a hungry girl. She's a hungry girl. You're a pretty girl. The sweetest ever. Okay, so once your soup simmers for about 10 minutes, we're going to add back in the chicken and the mushrooms. And then we're also going to add about half a cup to 3/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. If you have some like parsley or fresh basil, you could also add that in right now. And then this will just cook for like 5 more minutes and it will be time to eat. This just smells incredible.
That herbaceousness is so good. Oh, wow. I didn't get a bite of noodle in my first one. Here we go for a little noodle action.
Friends, this is my kind of soup. It is warm and cozy and comforting, but the flavor in it is out of this world good. You can definitely taste the roasted garlic, and that Kinder seasoning that I put on that chicken, I feel like it gave it kind of like this brightness. It is delicious. Oh my goodness gracious.
I am loving the mushroom element in here. So yummy.
This is like a winner. Like 10 out of 10 in my book. You gotta try it. Okay, y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on this second soup recipe. It's actually mid-morning now because this one is going to go in the crock pot and cook all day. And y'all know my love for anything Mississippi chicken, okay? Y'all know it's like one of my top 5 favorite foods of all time. I could pretty much eat it every single day. So when I saw this recipe for Mississippi chicken noodle soup, I was like, it stopped me in my tracks. I said, I have to make this immediately. So that's what we're gonna have today. And it is actually pretty cold outside. Like, our house is cold, my hands are cold. I was just giving Bunky a hug, his hands are cold. Miss Daisy May's over there like snuggled under blankets. So it's like the most perfect day for this warm, delicious soup. So let's go ahead and get it in the crock pot. Okay, so I've got my chicken breast here, and then to that, just like regular Mississippi chicken, we're gonna add 1 packet of ranch seasoning. If you have the big container, it's like a cap full, and then 1 packet of the au jus gravy, and then of course the pepperoncinis to start the show, but I'm gonna take these out and actually chop them up into like bite-sized pieces, and then we'll use some of the juice of these as well. And then over here, I already have my celery and carrots chopped up, and then instead of chicken broth, because we don't have any, and y'all know we like the better than bouillon better, I'm gonna make about 4 cups of this to add in like as our chicken stock. So I'm just going to discard all of these stems, and you can use however many pepperoncinis you like. Y'all know we really love them, so we probably add a few more than necessary, but that flavor is just like unbeatable. And then I'm just going to give them a rough chop. They don't have to be pretty or perfect, just so that you're not biting into an entire pepperoncini when you're sipping your soup. So if you have chicken broth, you don't even need to do this step, but since I'm making the better than bouillon, I just have about 4 cups of water that I'm just kind of heating up, and then I will put 4 teaspoons of this in there and stir it till it's all dissolved. Hence, we don't have a microwave, so I'm doing it on the stove. But y'all, we don't even miss the microwave. Like, honestly, it is not that bad. So anyway, that is what I'm doing right now, and then we'll get everything into our crock pot and give it a good spray before I throw everything in. Okay, as far as the juice goes, you can kind of add in what you like. I say definitely do at least like a 1/4 cup. I'm probably going to do about half of this jar. Okay, so that's it for now. We're going to pop a lid on here and let this cook on low for about 6 hours. Okay, so this soup is pretty much done. The last thing that we have to do is add in our egg noodles, and they'll just go in there until they're like soft and tender. I'm thinking probably like 10 minutes they'll be done. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I took a little spoonful of like the soup.
The juiciness.
The juiciness. Y'all, I could shed a tear. It was so good. So I cannot wait to have it with the chicken and the egg noodles and my Bunky. I can't wait for him to like taste test it. Y'all, it's incredible. Ooh, it is bubbling away. This chicken is like falling apart. So we're just gonna go ahead and like shred that chicken up. Okay, so just add your egg noodles in there. I only had a little bit left. I actually had to run to the grocery store and get some more. Okay, kind of stir those in, make sure they're like down in that liquid.
Submerged.
Yes. And I'm gonna pop this lid back on for like 10 more minutes. This is like my most anticipated meal ever, I feel.
Pick one.
Be still, my heart. I might cry.
This is like,
Oh my gosh.
this is like chicken noodle soup times 10.
Times 1,000.
1,000.
This is the best soup you will ever eat. If you love Mississippi chicken, Mississippi pot roast, Mississippi whatever, the flavor is just like insane, y'all.
Those pepperoncinis are sneaky.
They are.
Sneaky good.
Yes. And it has like the tiniest bit of heat, but like barely any heat. It's just, y'all know.
It's not overpowering. It's like very, it tickles the throat.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious.
Check this out.
I thought about this too.
Yeah.
I got us some sourdough bread at the grocery store, and I was like, I'm gonna dunk that stuff in here.
Girl. That right there.
Okay,
you gotta do it.
Yeah.
Holy bananas.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, if I have ever told you to make a recipe, and I mean it with every beat of my heart.
This is like very,
This is it.
It's very light, but like, it's like very satisfying at the same time.
Yes.
It's like, I feel like you're gonna be, like after you eat this, you're gonna be,
just so happy.
you're not gonna walk away like feeling hungry.
And y'all, listen to us when we tell you to use the Better Than Bouillon. I'm telling you, it adds so much flavor.
And I do recommend this little bit addition of bread is like taking it over the top.
Yes. You guys gotta make these soups. Both of them were so incredible. You are going to love them. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with us in the kitchen this week. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Give this one a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.
That's the ticket right there. One additional recommendation that I would add to this whole experience is
it is an experience.
If you had so we had that bread, Funky, if we had just a little bit of butter spread on that bread and then you're dipping it in here.
And what if you just like barely toasted it?
Yeah, because then it would like kind of just like sop up but still have a little bit more texture to it.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Next level.
Come on.
And you can't go wrong with a little Milo sweet tea to drink with your soup.
This segment is called Story Time with Mr. B.
Y'all, I don't know what he's about to say.
I just wanted to share a little historical information with everyone.
Oh, tell us.
Yeah, so way back when, starting in like 2009, 2010, 2011, when me and Bunky were dating, we would go to Olive Garden like every Sunday or every other Sunday after church. Might even go one day during the week.
We went to Olive Garden a lot.
Probably too much.
Yeah.
I do think that's where your love of chicken Alfredo came from.
For sure.
But one thing that came to mind.
Hang on, I gotta tell you something. My chicken Alfredo is 1,000 times better than Olive Garden's. We perfected it.
It definitely is.
Okay, anyway, go ahead.
That's for sure. But one thing, the reason this story came to mind is because of the pepperoncinis.
In the salad.
And how there's the pepperoncinis in the salad at Olive Garden.
Yes.
But you never eat the pepperoncinis out of the salad at Olive Garden.
Yeah, you're right.
But we haven't been in probably so long ever since you have found your love for pepperoncinis that perhaps now, if we make a trip back to the Olive Garden,
I will try them on a salad.
You're going to get a nibble of that pepperoncini.
Yes. But you know what? That's going to make you sad because you love that you always get the pepperoncinis.
Well, there's usually enough in there to share, Bunk.
And they will give you free refills of salad.
Yeah.
I love your story time.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad you share with everybody.
Yeah, so just a little more background, a little history on the Bunks here. We used to go to Olive Garden far too often. But it was good. I wonder if people can guess what I get at the Olive Garden.
That is a good question. If y'all can guess.
Can you guess my go-to entree at the Olive Garden?
You have two of them.
Yeah, there's
two
correct answers here. So
let us know in the comments.
Let us know.
I might pick one of you.
for an off garden gift card.
You never know.
You never know.